John, what exactly is conversion rate optimization and why should a law firm care about it maybe just as much as they care about SEO?
Yeah, it's the science of turning website traffic into cases, getting more leads out of the same amount of traffic. So, a lot of people are focused on more and more traffic and do social media, SEO, all these different things, but it's amazing that they don't get systematic about increasing the amount of leads they get from whatever amount of traffic they already have.
Right. It might be easier, in fact, to convert another person who's already on their website to get the lead or get that as a client, as opposed to trying to get a whole other person to come to their website. That's more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, we've increased conversion rates, easily from, the typical 1 or 2% to 2 or 4%, doubling conversion rates. I mean, you're potentially doubling the amount of money you make, but we've also, by making really quality custom landing pages, like say for mesothelioma law firm or dog bite law or whatever, a something a little different than your regular, very busy website page, on a tool like Unbounce or HubSpot. Very hyper targeted landing page. We've gone up to 10-20% conversion rate compared to the average of like 1 or 2%.
So you've mentioned that psychology is a huge part of conversion rate optimization. Can you break down Dr. Cialdini's 6 principles of influence and how they apply to a law firm's website?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Cialdini's 6 principles are social proof, authority, liking, reciprocity, commitment and consistency, and scarcity. And Dr. Cialdini wrote a book called Influence, The Power of Persuasion, and amazing book, maybe one of the best marketing books of all time. Um, One of the things is authority that he lists as a major trigger for getting people to buy. And if you write a book or even an ebook and you put it on your law firm website and have people have an option to download it, you're seen as more of an authority. So you can increase the likelihood people buy from you and trigger the algorithm to trust you more at the same time. Same with social proof. It's not just the number of like followers that you have on Facebook or Twitter or something like that, although that is social proof. It's also, your happy, smiling customers' faces on your website with testimonials and case studies and things like that. So social proof and authority are huge. Then liking, we've even seen just adding a video to a law firm website when we did user testing, how that spikes the energy of someone looking at a law firm website where they're like, yeah, it looks like, a law firm website, blah, whatever. And then they click and listen to a little video clip. And, you probably remember that, John, when we did even 15 years ago, we were testing for, a personal injury law firm SEO project and Google ad project. And the user tester was like, wow, they seem really nice. I could work with them. And they went from like, yeah, website, really bored and like looking at the law firm's website to like really perking up. Like, geez, I kind of like these people. I could work with them. So that liking is one of those Cialdini principles that you can methodically work on that very practically by just adding video and podcasts and pick good pictures of your team on your site. And reciprocity, giving something away like an ebook. People are more likely to work with you if they see you're a giving person. Commitment and consistency, you get them to take a small action like downloading an ebook, they're more likely to probably do a next step, maybe get a free consultation. And then scarcity, if you have a high rate and you work with very elite people and you're not just that readily available, you're probably going to attract more of the right higher end clients than just kind of begging and being always available. So scarcity is another one of the principles.
So if a law firm wants to start testing tomorrow, what are maybe the top 3 to 5 things on their website that they should A/B test first for the biggest impact?
Yeah, I think the value proposition of like why you versus someone else, not just like the button color and, typical things that conversion experts talk about. Those things can matter, but think big picture first. Like, is it clear from the headline So testing the headline with better value proposition statements, or in that, more you language versus we language. So our conversion optimization teacher, Brian Eisenberg, had this thing called the wee calculator, and it calculated how many times you wee on yourself on your website, meaning you say, we do this and we do that, as opposed to, you're having a problem and we can help you, so you literally use the words you in your headlines, not just we, or our firm does this and that. So number one is that, headlines with value proposition and kind of you language. And then two related to that would be good images in the hero image, because that's the first thing people see on your website. It's above the fold. Um, I think that's a really good first step. And then calls to action in general. So whether that's a button like free consultation button in the landing pages that I was just describing that we've designed for law firms, we'll often put a form in line right in the page. So you see the headline and some text and images, but then a form instead of a button to go to another page. You can just fill out a free consultation form right there. So those are a few key things to test.
We're seeing AI change everything in SEO. How is this new technology specifically changing the game for conversion rate optimization?
Well, I think from a very simple standpoint, you can say to AI, think like a conversion rate expert, such as Brian Eisenberg, and go and look at my competitors, give them a list of competitors, or upload PDFs of, cut and paste your competitors' pages, like say, take your auto accident page and upload yours and your three competitors' pages if it's not doing a good job just finding them. But like analyze this practice area page, mine versus competitors. What are the competitors doing better than us for conversion optimization? You might not be a conversion expert, or your marketing director or marketing staff might not be, but you might be regularly working on your website and trying to make it better, but you might just not know those core principles of conversion optimization, but AI does. AI's read every book on CRO there is. So you don't have to be an expert anymore. You can, it helps certainly, but just asking to compare your conversion optimization to your competitors is a huge, like right there, you get tips that you won't believe, like very quickly. And then of course it can be used to analyze conversion data and make recommendations, or give personalized experiences to people that click in a certain type of ad. So personalization is another thing, or AI powered chatbots. So you could upload data about the answers you want to give to people, documentation of your law firm's sort of like questions and answers of what you'd like to share. And then people can ask a question of a chatbot, not just live chat, but you can capture their information within that. So that there's just so many ways AI is changing the game.
And what's the essential tracking that a law firm needs to set up in order to know if their conversion efforts are working?
Yeah, I mean, you got to get some kind of event tracking. At the very least, goal conversions when people fill out a free consultation form. If they fill out the form and then they hit a thank you page, you have to set that up in Google Analytics and have it register as a conversion. Same with live chat. If you use Engage or some kind of live chat system, if you use CallRail for call tracking, all of these things don't just magically appear in Google Analytics or your analytics software when you install the code to have that start running on your site. You have to set those events up. So that's number one, a common thing that's overlooked that is step one, because then your conversion rate, per every 100 visitors, how many people are doing any of those main things. And then if you want to go beyond that, you can use heat map tools like Hotjar, Microsoft Copilot. There's there's Crazy Egg. There's a lot of different tools to look at where people are clicking and looking on your website, how they're scrolling. And you don't get that from Google Analytics exactly. So, those kind of tools are good. Um, I would lastly say userbrain.com is a personal favorite. You ask people to look at your law firm website. Do we look credible at the homepage level? When you go to a practice area page, try and fill out a free consultation form. What was your experience like? Visit the About Us page. Tell us what you're feeling as you're researching our website. And you're going to hear people talking into their microphone and see their screen, and it's amazing what you'll gather from users actually visiting your website. Might not be your actual law firm clients, but you'll start to pick up on trends, and you'd be amazed. Doing that is far superior than just guessing, or having even your marketing agency, even me, I might say with a lot of knowledge of conversion optimization, hey, try this and that. But if users are looking at the site and they don't like that, that's a better judge than just, the managing partner or the marketing staff or even your marketing agency. Actual visitors are a better judge. So I would use those kind of tools.